you are a community club. DCFC is a community-built club. And it will always
team is pitching a plan to revitalize a historic gem in our community, and it's a project that's driven by their passion for their sport.
State of disrepair right now. Concrete sort of crumbling a little bit. The bleachers.
Football club. We're at Keywood Stadium. This stadium was built in 1936. Simply put,
it's amazing to see just how far they have come. Years ago, they were playing over at Gas Tech, and now so many people.
The post and Stephon St. Louis is there to clear it.
Yeah, in the background, you know, they give us the 12th man. You know, it's awesome.
Games, fans to watch. We're happy to put on a show for all these guys that came out to see us play.
When we move, they move, and just communication is the biggest part.
It was great. I think we could have earned a shutout earlier against Sparta in the year.
Awesome. You know, the atmosphere is amazing. Monday with the right foot. It's in the back of
People know us now. People know what to expect. Now we gotta take it to another level.
Look, city till I die. Say hi to the bad fella. Hella smooth with the flow, so grab your umbrella. Yeah, we make it rain, bring the pain. Things are changing. Power rankings take a spanking, got them rearranging. They said Denis are all stars till we deboed all y'all. Ball of fist and brawl y'all. Yeah, we pissed off all y'all, and we thin but still winning. Grinning at the top, got up under head spinning, make that chin pop. Blue collar clocking in. They been mocking us for days till they step into the key, and they been leaving with a fade, doubting us, but then they swayed. Say we pout, they throwing shade. You will never have what we have, time to get the blade, cause we'll be cutting them up. Yeah, we're shutting them up. We ain't bluffing, tell you something, better knuckle up. Y'all ain't nothing but chumps, we put in overtime. We'll be putting in work until it's closing time. City till I die, talking blood, sweat, and tears. City till I die, we've been building this for years. City till I die, this don't happen in a moment.
Oh, here it is.
Hey,
Big Brother,
there he is.
Big Brother is on.
Hello?
Look busy. Oh, hey, Jaime.
No, not you.
Oh. Who?
Us.
Oh.
We were discussing how Detroit City is criminally underrated in terms of the season plaudits.
Yeah, we get no respect.
Yeah,
No respect. Yeah, no respect.
well, the USL show, we're just going through their. The USL show are currently going through their fan voted preseason predictions.
Ooh.
For who would finish where, and the fans voted that City would finish 8th. Not the USL show, the fans. Okay.
Did we ever go
8th
back
in the
and
league
check?
or 8th in the East?
In the East.
Oh. Well.
Did we ever go back and see what Morrissey's preseason predictions were?
You want me to ask him in the chat?
It'll be more fun if I go find it.
I roasted him earlier from NGS Main.
There you go.
He didn't respond though, I don't think.
He wouldn't.
Sometimes he does. He also knows it's me whenever someone roasts him for me. He usually knows it's me. Like we've talked about it behind the scenes. The one time people were going crazy that they thought we were being mean to him, I messaged him to make sure he knew the intention was like that we were just having the crack, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, I know this. It's fine."
The time when I totally faked him and Dion out.
I think he does find that weird. We haven't talked about that, but like,
it is kind of weird.
Judging by his comments, he does think the impersonator account is weird.
Yeah, he's totally irritated by it. Not that I know anything about that.
Well, who knows? I mean,
Oh yeah, we're
could
being
be anybody.
recorded now. I was saying that, and it is kind of weird that it's wild that he didn't have, even if he had a Pittsburgh player on there in the defense, since they conceded less goals than us, I'd be like, okay, fair. But the fact he didn't have one of us or Pittsburgh.
Right, yeah, it makes no sense. The two best defensive teams in the league.
Yeah, we were talking about some of the FOTMOB stats, and second fewest goals conceded behind Pittsburgh. 7th in the league in clean sheets. I mean, 6th highest Batma rating, tied with Sacramento. So that was interesting. Hey, there's Garrett.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
It's a Garret. It's a Garret sighting. Does Rod just not look at his WhatsApp anymore, do you think?
He responds to the other group text. That
Yeah, no.
created.
I wonder if he got rid of WhatsApp or something.
So
he hates us.
I was saying, I don't know if I dropped this on there last week, but I saw Rod at the last home match. Yeah, and I was like, hey, what's up, stranger? Been a while. What do you mean, stranger?
You didn't know that anything was awry.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you saying stranger?
You just assume we're on a hiatus, I guess.
There's a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference that are on hiatus, like Kaler's Birmingham Legion are on hiatus. In the West, Harry San Antonio are on hiatus. You know who's not on hiatus this weekend? Our Detroit City Football Club.
Oh, that was a good segue to start.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
Guns blazing.
I forget when we're going from shit talking into showtime.
I mean, showtime equals shit talking, right?
The best shit talking was the 10 minutes before Jaime got here, and me and Alan were just shooting the breeze, but it wasn't recorded.
Wasted. Wait, was it not this meeting is recorded when you walked in? No, not
until Jaime jumped on.
Oh man,
Jaime is concentrating furiously on something here, and I think he's still writing his haiku.
The haiku. I seriously, when y'all were talking in the group chat, I told Jam this, and when I told her this, she was like, "You're fired." That I drew a blank as to if we made a final bet on this. So and I didn't think, I said we were going to score 4 last week on Saturday, but it was going to be Maxey with a 2. So when Ben scored the second to get the 10th, I'm like, all right, what fucking episode did we talk about this? And I realized, okay, it's 168. So I went back and watched Tunnel Talk 168, which you can find it now on our YouTube at Channel 451 or wherever you check your podcast out. If you don't want to see our mugs, shame on you if you want to check out audio. Yes. And I was like, okay, am I getting a Frosty? What is this? And then Jaime's like, I will write a haiku. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's a low stakes bet. I've read out multiple haikus that I've written on this show before. So
we did have a laugh of the banter of you and Adam busted Jaime. It's 3 lines.
Yeah,
I mean, I just did it for fun the time I did it, and I think I banged out like 3 or 4 of them. I forgot what episode it was though.
Was this when we were?
I did mix up haiku with limerick in my head, so I thought it was going to be a little bit more work.
Haiku is less labor.
Oh boy, you could go in a lot of different directions with that. There once was a team from San Diego or San Antonio. Oh boy. Yeah.
Good Lord. So much all on there. So do you want to drop the haiku now, or do you want to talk about the match, then do the haiku?
I could drop. So for anyone listening, right? A few weeks back when Ben Morrissey got to 8 goals, Garrett was like, he's definitely getting to 10. I was like, there's no chance he's getting to 10.
He had to get 2 in the final 4.
Yeah. And then it came to he's still on 8 with the last game to go in San Antonio, and of course, he comes up with 2. And so again, weeks previously, I'd say if he scores 10, I'll write a haiku. And I've never claimed
this is a high culture program, so
it is.
This is
we do shit like that.
Adam, if you're looking at this is going to be your special clip that you're dropping for promotion for this episode.
I've never claimed to be a poet, just so we all know. But
it's a poet and didn't know it.
This is what I read. This is what I wrote. Ben, our English Ben, final goal tally was 10. It's about time.
Straight to the point. That was good.
I enjoy that.
Bravo!
I think it's too many syllables for a haiku.
Isn't it 575?
So he's throwing the flag on the pitch.
Then our English. I guess. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Better pick up that
I like
flag.
it. No, I think you got it. I think you got, and you made it rhyme, which isn't necessary for a haiku.
It's going to cost you.
I tried to rhyme. I rhymed the first 2 lines and then went somewhere else for the last line just for extra.
That's right.
Did you mix some pisco in with the beers when you did that creative outlet?
Some beverages may have been consumed.
I have found my.
It's the creative juices flowing.
All right, wait. Let's hear it.
I have found my haikus. If we want to read them again, they were actually for Danny Dicchio at the start of the season. That's what I wrote them for.
Oh, here we go.
Danny Dicchio. Away with the lads you are. Sunderland legend. Big bald head on you. What goes on in there, I ask? West Bromwich legend. 2 things can happen. A first goal and a red card. Toronto legend.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with that, if I recall, at the start of the year.
That was pretty good.
And you know what? He deserved them, it turns out, because third in the conference division. What do we call it?
He's already a Detroit City legend as well.
Yeah.
Unbeaten in 9. Results in 14 of the last 15. One of 2 teams to allow less than a goal a game in this entire USL Championship this year. The only other team being Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Yeah.
That's impressive. That's impressive by us. It's also impressive by Pittsburgh, low key.
It's Pittsburgh.
Given how they finished in the table, yeah. I mean, it's like would have thought that they would have done better, but
they didn't score a lot. They didn't concede a lot, but they also didn't score a lot. If I was putting together like a USL team of the year, like an 11 with some honorable mentions, and I was going to put like 5 defenders on that team, I feel like, defensive performances like that of Detroit City and Pittsburgh Riverhounds would probably warrant like at least one player on there, if not a couple players from those 2 teams.
Well,
at least at the very minimum.
But, it's hard to quantify defensive performance. You know what I mean? Like, it's just hard to know who's the best defenders.
Did you get a response as to why that was not the case?
No, because I don't message him unless it's to make sure he didn't get his feelings hurt.
He did call us a title contender, and I had to make sure it was actually John and not Juan writing that.
He has to call us that. Like, that's kind of like non-negotiable now, because if you're in the show and you're in the show at home to start, like a couple of like jammy results before the conference finals, depending on us winning our games. But if one of the 2 ahead of us gets taken out this weekend, that guarantees us a home game going forward for a second game.
Yeah.
And if somehow one of those 2 doesn't make the conference finals and we do, that guarantees us a home game for that too. So. And
if we come out of the East, the only team that we'd have to go to in a final is New Mexico. We host every other team.
That's a long road down. But all I mean by that is if you're in the top 4 on either side, you kind of have to be considered like at least a contender to win the whole thing.
Well,
especially if you're on a good run of form.
I have to say, it is a little bit ironic him calling us a contender now when he predicted us to be 8th back in February.
And Alan, where does he have us in his backfield power rankings?
Isn't it? It's second.
Number 2.
Same as
number 2. Number 2.
Also, number 2
is Louisville our number 1, right? It's not New Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think New Mexico is like 3rd or 4th.
Also, number 2 in the matchup with Detroit City on Saturday was San Antonio because they were clearly second best. Detroit City goes in to Texas. 2 years ago,
the Lone Star State.
San Antonio away was the first matchup of the 2022 season. San Antonio away was the last matchup. So we channeled I'm going to go some Talladega Nights Ricky Bobby stuff, and not just saying that because the Goffs were Ricky Bobby and wife for the Lions Halloween party. When it comes to San Antonio away, it's either first or last. But we decided to roll into San Antonio, give Maxi Rodriguez the captain's armband in his hometown, and then proceeded to piss excellence over San Antonio. San Antonio won, Detroit City 4. I mean, I got the goal scoring right, goals scored right, but then got the amount that San Antonio was going to score right. So well done there, mate.
I threw it on that bone at the end. I didn't truly believe they were actually going to score.
I was bullshit. I was mostly manifesting it. I was like, we're actually going to score 4. Holy fuck.
That's impressive too. Like, not letting your foot off the gas, even if it is the last game of the season. You know, it's impressive to keep your.
And some really nice goals too.
Oh yeah.
It would have been disheartening to see a result go against us going into, especially when we only changed one player in the team.
Yeah, and that was Carlson for Nate. Because Ryan Williams continuing that starting spot. Beautiful free kick goal. Fun. I don't know. Did you all see Maxi's Instagram post?
Yeah.
So
live long enough to be a villain or something like that, or to become the villain.
Live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He's playing his former team in his hometown. He goes in there, he scores. He doesn't show respect to his old team. He did the Antoine Hopino. He stuck his arms out like the Jesus statue in Rio de Janeiro and towards his family, and was just like with the armband too. I was like, all right, he's a vibe.
Yeah.
Ryan Williams free kick goal, beauty. It reminded me. There was when the video package when we announced them, there was a free kick goal, and I think the goal that Ryan scored on Saturday was a carbon copy, like placement of where Ryan was at, the type of strike, the way the ball went up and down trajectory, just brilliant. And then Ben
goal of the week contender.
Yeah. What other things that you got that I would say impressed you about how we decided to close the season out to get ready for next weekend? Den.
I mean, I've kind of spoken about. I have a hot take on Ryan's goal though.
Okay.
I didn't think it was like the best free kick. It wasn't like top bins. It was good. Like, it was
right.
good.
The goalkeeper was a little bit late getting over.
Yeah. I just think the keeper, took a step the wrong way first. But like I think Nate. I'll put it this way: I think Nate or Carlos would have saved it if he put that on them in training.
The two-headed monster known as either Carlate or Narlos.
Narlos. Yeah, no, I think, like I said, I thought it was impressive. They didn't take their foot off the gas. Would have been easy to kind of coast for the last game, especially knowing that I think they might have already known, or at least known, that Indy were down, or like not going to get results. So
Indy was 2-0 down when this matchup started.
Yeah, so I think it was impressive. Unless Danny maybe just didn't even tell them that, but an impressive way to finish the season. Put us a little bit over what we got in the 2022 season points-wise, which is crazy. It's crazy that we got nearly the same points in 2022 and finished seventh in the conference. We were the last team in 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
to get kind of that same points again, but be third it shows. I think it shows that the Eastern Conference at least has a bit more parity than the West. But, you gotta fight for everything. But yeah, I thought it was a good result. I don't know if it was the most goals we scored this season or the second most.
Tied with we put 4 on Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, impressive to keep the boys thirsting for it this week, and hopefully bring. I know we'll talk about this later, but bring Tampa in and have the boys firing on all cylinders.
Alan, what about you, babe?
Yeah, like we talked about in the previous show, I was concerned it may be kind of a letdown. Kind of, they knew what was going on. We knew what was going on. We were still looking for placement, but pretty much home playoff game was locked in. So I wasn't sure what I would see in that game, and for them to come out and drop 4 goals on San Antonio is just super impressive, and that's what you want to see going into the postseason. Really performing at a high level. Almost the entire bench got subbed in, so it was kind of spread the minutes around, which was helpful. But yeah, super happy with the performance. It was just like watching the game and just like dominating San Antonio. So that's gotta put a smile on people's faces. It's gotta kind of lift the squad, knowing what they gotta do. So I'm really glad to see that kind of performance. And I really, there's not a whole lot more I can say about it. Two goals from Ben Morris.
Hey, you don't have to keep rubbing it in.
It's with so much on the line, I'm sure he was very conscious of the fact that there was possibly illegal wagers placed on this. So he played through the pressure.
First time Detroit City's had 2 double-digit goal scorers in the same season, at least in USL play, for the men. So Ben and Maxi joint top goal scorers with 10. What about you, babe?
I'm glad that we got through without any injuries. I'm thinking about it. I've seen the lineup come out, and I thought, maybe this is a game for Salim. Maybe we can get. Is there any way we could get Dom Gasso back on loan? Throw him in there. Like, it just seems like the time. It's again a game that didn't have much consequence, and like you could just see it. Like, can you imagine Maxi Rodriguez getting injured and then being out for the? I just was like, just don't get him off. So that was my big relief, because I was definitely sweating it there when I saw like a pretty full strength team in the lineup sheet. So, but yeah, it's good to keep the momentum rolling. Good to keep confidence high. Another road victory, always impressive in this league. So yeah, all good.
So I'm going to flip the agenda from what we talked about, because I figured this is our main, we're biased deservedly. Our match is the main event of the weekend. We're going to save the main event for the last, all of it. So what instead I wanted to do is, it's playoff time. Eastern Conference chaos is wrapped up. I'm thinking I'll briefly name the fixtures in the West, because I was going through and it kind of made me laugh my fucking ass off, because I was like, these are actually the fixtures in the playoffs. And then get some predictions from you guys. We can get some predictions on those, get some predictions on the East, and then go right into our matchup with the Rowdies on Saturday. So start off to go into the West. 1 versus 8. New Mexico is the 1. The defending champs, Phoenix Rising, in 8 with a very Detroit City of last year like goal total of 33 goals. A little bit gritty. However, Phoenix has the caveat of defeating New Mexico in New Mexico a couple of weeks ago. Colorado Springs Switchbacks, who started off losing their first 5 games of the regular season, including their second game, which was the Connor Rutz butt goal for the winner on March 16th, wound up finishing second in the Western Conference. They will be taking on an Oakland Roots team that ended their season losing at home to Kaler's Birmingham Legion 05. The Roots, while making the playoffs, gave up the most goals in the USL Championship with 57. The 3-6 matchups, Memphis 901 taking on Orange County FC, and then this is the shocking matchup here. Sacramento Republic are in the 4-5, but they are the visiting team. Instead, they get to go to Las Vegas. Yes, that's right. Las Vegas and a Joey Bats, Jose Batista owned Las Vegas Lights team on here. So, as I'm seeing here, okay, so
Garret saw something that disappeared. He must have seen a message from one of his other podcasts.
Okay, hold on. There we go.
He's
No,
gone with his friends and
I'm
Adam.
back. So I went into the chat and then I hit close, but then it put me in safe driving mode because I'm on my phone.
That's weird.
But, so real quick in the West, in those matchups, what's some predictions y'all thinking? Dan, why don't you lead off? Because I know you made a note that you're about to see some. We got some others talking, or you want to save on that? You want to go ahead?
I just didn't want you to say anything about that, but
okay. Oh shit!
I thought that was.
We'll edit that bit out.
Yeah, I thought that was clear. Just ask me what I think about these games.
Yeah, think about the West.
Fuck them all. Who cares?
Great answer. Best hard hitting analysis. Alan.
I think the only one I'm really interested in is the Memphis Orange County game. Orange County kind of has come on strong at the end of the season, and I think they might pull through on that one. Otherwise, I think New Mexico probably shouldn't have any problems. Sacramento just, was not quite what they've been in the past. Could see Las Vegas handling that. And then Colorado Springs, Oakland, who cares?
All right. Jaime, what about you?
I'm going to use the reverse logic of Alan and note that Sacramento Republic has not won since September. But they're going to pull off. They've been lulling everyone into a false sense of comfort. They're going to take the lights.
Shit.
They're going to take the lights, beat them on their own field. Sacramento Republic into the semis. Let's go.
Oh, my.
Take it to the bank.
Ooh.
I'm going to go in the 1-8. I'm going to go New Mexico. New Mexico gets by Phoenix, but it's going to be one of those 1-0 games. I think Phoenix are going to grind, make it a little bit difficult, but New Mexico has the ability to score goals when they want to. 2-7 matchup. Colorado Springs, I think, wins by 2 goals at least. I think Roots are sputtering a little bit, and Colorado's cooking in form. I'm with Alan in Memphis, Orange County. I see Orange County coming out winners in that. And 4-5, Las Vegas Lights, Jose, but there's a Joey bat flip in that match. Lights, I don't know how Pat Cashman Field's going to be, but it should be a fun time on there. So we have that. So on there. Den, you ready, or you want to still dive in, or no on there? So okay, we'll I'll go in the East then. Not Detroit City, Tampa Bay. We'll still save that on here. So the teams we get to laugh at first for not making the playoffs. Miami FC. What I'm trying to think of the words for Billy Madison. That your season, we award you no points. It was truly embarrassing. 11 points. Even Baby Bulls 2 years ago got 15 points. You gave up 8 to Rhode Island, like we're playing FC Indiana in 2018 and 2019. Yeah,
I've heard they're bringing in Tab Ramos for next year. Turn things around.
That bit resumes. Yes, love it.
They would actually do something like that too.
Loudoun United, you tried. You had effort. You did a double over Tampa Bay Rowdies. Tommy McCabe had some good showings.
Detroit City legend Tommy McCabe.
Tommy McCabe walked so James Murphy could run. Let me take a look here. I'm flipping off for a second.
This man has gone overboard on these side projects.
That's right.
Hey,
He just recorded an entire podcast.
Oh my gosh, he's back.
Okay, he just did an entire podcast while he stepped away.
I'm on my phone. I'm trying to see things.
Didn't you say you were late because you were recording a different podcast?
Our sister podcast. Yes,
Is that one that you do with Adam?
Yep.
So where the fuck is Adam?
You can yell at him.
He's recording a 9-track Frankfurt podcast right now.
Yesterday. 9-track Frankfurt podcast. Thank you. Glad United tried. Tommy McCabe walked James Murphy. Birmingham Legion. I'm not sorry. That's fucking. I'm laughing my ass off. Y'all didn't make it. Womp 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 womp. Pour one out for Enzo.
I heard that he's been required to shave his beard after such a terrible season.
Enzo?
Yeah.
I would have had Enzo in the team of the year instead of Maxi.
Wow. I don't know if I could go that far.
Deep.
We're stay tuned for the off season when we're gonna unveil our team of the year, USL Championship team of the year. It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be the most fair and balanced team of the year. It's gonna be very partisan, non-partisan.
Equal opportunity.
Sorry, it's election season, It's in my brain.
Scientifically determined.
This is our friendly reminder to y'all to go vote. Whether it's
I actually voted today. I waited in line for a fucking hour to go vote. It was our third time trying. Rebecca and I, we went and we had gone 2 other times and the line was out the door. It's crazy.
Went and voted today in where I'm in Warren. 4,500 people have already in 3-4 days have done early voting so far.
Holy cow!
Which is wild. So that's our daily. That's our public service announcement for y'all to go out and do your voting, whether in or absentee, early, or next week at the polls. So now on to the teams that did make it. So North Carolina, first season back in the USL Championship. They make their way back in. They get the last spot in the Eastern Conference. That reward, they get to go to Louisville. Who haven't been really blowing it out the park to end the season, but they have, enough firepower for a third equivalent of goals to a third world country. So it'll be very interesting. This matchup, North Carolina's a very physical side. The last game between these two sides on August 31st was North Carolina 4, Louisville City 6. So, goals, shenanigans, everything on there. So, Jaime, you get the lead off. What do you think? Who do you think comes out of that matchup?
Well, obviously, North Carolina is going to pull off the upset. 1-0. Goal from Detroit City legend Rafa Mensingen.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
That's a strong. That is a strong.
I think it's pretty obvious how that's going to go. So, yeah. North Carolina on to the semis.
Dan, what about you?
Fuck them. Who cares?
Okay. Alan.
I think Louisville comfortably dispatch North Carolina with 2-0.
All right.
Sorry, Jaime. I know you had your hopes up.
The winner of Louisville City and North Carolina FC takes on the winner of Indy 11 and Rhode Island FC in the 4-versus-5 matchup. Indy 11 finished back their way into the playoffs, losing 3-0 to the Rowdies on Saturday at IMG Academy in Bradenton. Not even the Rowdies' home pitch.
For good reasons.
Yeah.
Just to put it out there.
I'm to all that
not good reasons. Before they had to.
To all that in the Southeast United States region that have been affected by Hurricanes Helene and Milton, our utmost and hope that everybody are getting back as much as possible to every day, and that with all that had taken place with those storms and hurricanes. And Rhode Island comes in laying a tropical storm-like beating on Miami on Saturday, 8-1. Stop it. They were already dead. It was 5-1 at halftime. So I'm going to say here, so I have Louisville going in over North Carolina. I got Rhode Island beating Indy. I think they're in form, and I think that's the team Louisville would not want to play at home, considering Rhode Island 5-2 them earlier in the year. Who wants to, out of you three, go with a prediction on that?
I'm going to go Rhode Island also. 1-0 victory, goal from the brother of Detroit City legend, Matt Ibarra, Mark Ibarra, scoring the winner.
I notice a trend here with Jaime, and you'll probably notice a trend with me too, because my prediction is fuck them, who cares?
Yeah, I think Rhode Island is just gonna embarrass Indy at home, and probably will be the continue their good run of form. I don't think it'll be quite a Miami level beatdown, but it will be substantial.
Would you say the Brickyard Battalion gets to experience a siege on home turf?
Yeah, they're gonna leave sad.
Womp womp.
Indy have a -1 goal difference as a home playoff team. That's tragic.
Fucking wild. Now on to the matchup that will the winner of this matchup faces the winner of our matchup. The Ben Pyramid, Caesar, and his team of Charleston Battery, people with goal scorers and record goal scorers and kids that set records and then go to Spain in the off season, versus the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who, while they have the fewest goals scored of the 8 teams in the Eastern Conference, have the best goal allowed record, 28 goals allowed in league play, a win and a draw over Battery, 0-0 draw in Charleston on June 8th, and then a 2-0 win, Pittsburgh versus Charleston at Highmark after Charleston had to deal with Play Rouge and blowing a lead to us thanks to Laura Kissiedu's magical left foot. So, does the streak continue for Pittsburgh? Or do you see Battery with their offensive firepower getting the job done? Alan?
I think, well, not that I think. I hope this goes to extra time and penalties, and the penalty shootout takes 30 rounds to decide. Because I think it's going to be that close of a match.
Who wins it?
God, that's tough. I'm leaning towards Pittsburgh.
All right. Dan, are you going same answer, or are you giving a...
No, I'll do this one.
Okay.
Fuck them, who cares?
Me.
So I think there's a lot of intrigue around this game. Obviously, two teams, storied USL Championship East teams. I think it's going to come down to the finest of margins. And I'm going to call a 1-0 win for Charleston Battery. Goal from Prince Sadie, no relation to Detroit City legend Cyrus Sadie. 1-0 victory, putting Ben Pierman and his lads through the crash course. Detroit City, see you in the semis. Write it down.
I'm tempting fate here because we did the playoff upset at Highmark last year, and predicting this means that, as what I feel like we should be taking care of business in in the game that we'll be talking about, that we open the door for Pittsburgh to get revenge and all that. But it's Caesar. It's Ben Pierman. He's got a shit the brick bed in the playoffs. Charleston Battery nailed Pittsburgh Riverhounds too.
In all seriousness, it is an even year. And we all know what that means for Caesar. And he can't handle Bob Lilly ball in the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Pittsburgh actually only scored. Pittsburgh scored the third lowest amount of goals in our conference this season. Only 2 teams scored less than them. Hartford and Miami. The only 2 teams to score less than Pittsburgh. So they're about to squeak their way through.
Yeah. Set piece ball, structure, find a way to get it done. All right. Main event time. Over the top, under the lights, like the old Northern Guard t-shirt circa 2019. Shout out Jackie, Dion, all that merch team and all that crew then that put that out.
That can't be possible because Detroit City did not exist till 2022, Garret.
Oh, thank you for clarifying.
Revisionist history.
You're just going to get the old heads. What are you going to go back to 2022 bullshit? But special day, special evening taking place, 7 p.m. First ever USL Championship home playoff game for Detroit City FC. The goal that was wanted and talked about as early as back as December has been met, but there's still more to do. Let's talk about this. Let's break this down. Obviously, 2 times that Tampa Bay Rowdies and Detroit City faced off, 1-1 draw at Keyworth on July 6th. City with their first win at Out Lane in August, a 3-2 win of Ben Morris Brace that night. Tampa Bay Rowdies scored 56 goals in the USL Championship regular season, but 32 of them came between the duo Manuel Arteaga and Cal Jennings. So, very top-heavy. But they have to deal with Steven and Devin, and probably an even more snarky than usual Michael Bryant because it's playoffs. Who wants to take the lead and start chiming in with some analysis and then their first prediction?
Wow, I'll rush out once, boys.
You want it, then?
I'll do some analysis here. Fuck them. We win. 3-1.
Scores.
Reese. Maxi, obviously. I think Elvis comes on to stretch them at the end and grabs one.
I mean,
May 13th, 2023.
Oh, here we go.
One of the darkest days in Detroit City history.
You mean of that season because it happened like multiple times after that, but yeah.
I didn't say the darkest. I said one of the darkest.
Good point. Fair play.
Let him cook.
5-1 loss to Tampa Bay. We will have our revenge. We will pay back this debt twofold. Not all in one game, but we will. We over the next like 3 or 4 games, we'll pay those goals back.
Are you saying we're on a revenge tour?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if there's a key to victory, it's going to be Narlos. We're going to start 2 goalkeepers. One is going to be on the field. One is going to be in the goal. They might switch every now and again just to throw the other team off. They'll never see it coming. Detroit City. I know everyone thinks I'm going to say Detroit City 4, Tampa 9, but come on, this is the playoffs. So, obviously. Detroit City 5, Tampa 1. We will have our revenge.
Goal scorers.
Ben Moore's hat trick.
Wow.
Ben Moore's hat trick.
You get the man to write one haiku and it breaks his brain.
Oh, he's all in. All in.
Who are your other 2 then?
And then Connor Rutz. Diving header at the back post. For sure. And Stephen Carroll.
Try, tested, and true. All right, Alan, what about you?
Seems like I've got to bring some reality to this discussion.
What are you trying to say, Alan?
Hold on. He 0-0.
You can draw your own conclusions.
There's something that works here.
I wish I did. I think we're gonna see a cagey match. Both teams will be playing because otherwise it doesn't really work. But Detroit City will come up on top with a win, 2-1. Goal scorers. I think we're going to see a goal from Connor Rutz, scoring with a body part that he has not used yet to score a goal.
His foot.
So heel maybe. He's kind of running out of parts to knock in goals that can't use your hands. So don't even think about it, man. And who's the other goal scorer? I'm gonna go Kissadoo.
Nice.
Because I think he's gonna want to make a splash.
You contain Arteaga and Jennings, you have an advantage. You can slow down the wings. Blake Bodley, who had 6 assists for them. Leo Fernandez. That second half in Tampa, something special, how we took over our game. But when Tampa wants to play transition ball, they can be scary. Thankfully, Carlos Saldana stepped up in goal in August with a handful, keeping it 1-1 in that match before we pulled away. First match in Keyworth was just a cagey battle that the referee lost control of the match, and thankfully we were a few minutes away from winning that match with 10 men. Alas, Nick Moon decided other things, scoring his only goal of the USL Championship. However, in playoffs now, this is a different Detroit City side from that original matchup. It's also a different Tampa Bay Rowdies side, and I think the fortunes have gone in different directions, up for Detroit City, down for Tampa Bay Rowdies. That crowd's going to be fired up. It's going to be fucking cold. Dennis is going to be there.
Make sure you say hi to Dennis.
Yeah. Allegedly. Conspicuously. Our best people are on the case to make sure it is the case.
I haven't seen the email hit my inbox yet.
I'm either dropping it tonight or tomorrow morning. I might drop it at 8 a.m. tomorrow just to make sure I'm that hit. It's going to be a fun time. I have been, before this last run of matches, so this last month and a half, I'd often been concerned of when these big matches and the crowd's really into it, how do our guys do? But if you look at our body of work in the last month, beating New Mexico and Louisville at home back-to-back, clean sheeting Indy, though, was a draw. Getting the results you need to at home when it matters. Playing confidently, playing with aggression, playing on there. Some of the best football we've seen them play on there. And the most informed team, in my opinion, in the USL Championship. Detroit City gets one in the first half via Ben Morris. Connor Rutz gets one in the second half. I think Ryan keeps his spot in the midfield over James. So Murphy will come on in the second half. Detroit City 2, Tampa Bay Rowdies 0. Clean sheet time, baby. And then we're on to the next round.
Are we all in agreement that Nate's starting this game?
I'm thinking Carlos.
Wow.
Carlos.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, I would assume Carlos, but I don't know. It'd be hard. It's gonna be so hard especially if we play multiple games at home, not to put Nate in there one. Jaime is fucking smiling like he knows something. Like, just
I'm just saying.
Only like 4 people actually watch this video, just to let the other 10 people who listen. No, Jaime is grinning.
Open mind.
We have been just when we think it's good, we get the switch. Y'all, I feel like it's been a while since we've dropped merch, right? We've had the scarf a couple years ago for a good cause.
This wasn't on the agenda. Where's he going with this?
Because I've been thinking about Narlos.
Ooh.
That'd be a great t-shirt.
It would be a great t-shirt with like half of each of their faces.
What's a good charitable organization if we wanted to do something that maybe proceeds go towards?
The Jaime Ventura Birthday Fund is always
the Pisco Trust.
The Get Dennis to More Games Fund.
Yeah. Let's think on it though. I like this idea actually, Narlos, because this was like our idea. So no one else came up with Narlos. We came up with Narlos.
Right. Motherfuckers, if somebody else uses a Narlos name, we're gonna find you by the IP, and we are gonna IP address, and we're gonna fucking talk.
We are gonna draft a strongly worded letter.
We would. I assume we would just do it towards the same as last time to help kids who can't afford to pay team fees or whatever to play.
Yeah, for Detroit City.
Find the next Dom Gasso and bring him the whole way to our organization.
Youth team.
Let's keep this going. I think we got something good on here. Order of business, Detroit, for those that were expecting a Detroit City FC owners meeting tomorrow, October 30th. That's not the case. It has been postponed until after the season. We do have an event tomorrow, October 30th. That's for supporters, correct, Dennis?
What?
Trunk or treat?
It's tomorrow.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying.
In Hamtramck, yeah.
What time and where's it at?
It's at I think like 5 to 6:30 at the park in Hamtramck. I don't know what it's called. I don't have this pulled up. I'll pull it up. I'm currently listening to the USL show, and I have. They took forever to get to this, right? Like an hour and 5 minutes. They're only halfway through. They're not even halfway through. They're
Oh my God!
They're
So do
going
y'all
through
think we're long-winded?
every matchup, East, West, and League One, right? And they're currently on the East of the 3v6. And I have bad news, boys. Bad news. All 5 of them. They've added an Allen, actually, Alan. Bad news for you too. Double whammy. But they've all picked Detroit to win.
Oh,
I just feel like that's bad. That's bad
kiss
news.
of death.
One of them actually stated he expects Detroit City Football Club of Hamtramck, Michigan, surrounded by Detroit, to be in the final of the league this season. No, he didn't say
like Eastern Conference champions.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't think
This sounds like witchcraft to me.
I am trying to listen to 2 things at once. I don't think he intimated whether he thought they would be playing a home final, but that was his prediction that we will be seeing.
I don't trust their motives.
Who's all in the USL show? Phil Backey, Kaler, John Morrissey. Who else?
A dude called Ryan Allen.
Okay.
Who doesn't have his picture on. He sounds like another John Morrissey. I don't know if John is just throwing his voice onto another Zoom or something. And a dude called Allen, who I don't know who he is. But they all across the board. I just turned it off because that was all I was waiting for.
Which one said the title?
Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you. I'll throw his. I'll throw his at. I'll throw his at in the chat so we can give him our thanks and gratitude accordingly.
I am excited yet terrified now, thinking that when you have outside, it's like when the Lions are starting to really start tearing it up, and you got people outside of us be like, "Yeah, I'm there."
And that still makes me nervous.
Yeah,
I think I almost don't like my teams that I support being good. Because it's more nerve-wracking than when you expect them to lose all the time.
Yes,
and
sure.
100%. It's like the day, because mathematically it has to happen at some point that United get good again. It's just gonna be over for my heart rate. But yeah. I don't know. It feels weird.
I don't think you have to worry about that for a while.
When everybody we won't. No, you're right. When everybody expects you to win a game, that's the most nerve-wracking thing.
Shout out to Tottenham Hotspur for being so reliable for Crystal Palace to get their first win of the season. That's good.
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have mentioned United because I knew we'd start talking about Christmas Palace.
That's all I wanted to say for that, though I realized that might also affect some other things that I'm trying to work on outside of business based off of that result. But
what a
that was cryptic.
So cryptic.
So cryptic. But no, it's fun and exciting, and yeah, I feel slightly terrified though that all 5 pick City to beat Tampa.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It'll be fun. Get out and support. You know, the club posted that 66% of the tickets are now sold. That was like a couple of hours ago, so they're probably up to 69% by now, I'd say.
Nice. I can confirm that as of yesterday because there one of my people bought tickets and normally likes to Playfair sold out for parking yesterday. So. Because he always gets tickets. He gets a Playfair pass when he goes. He's like, yeah, Playfair sold. Rasan's like, yeah, Playfair sold out. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it should be an event. I'm glad they did the correct thing and did not schedule it for Sunday
or 4 p.m. on Saturday.
both for
So
selfish
all
reasons.
all
and for
4
Lions.
of the Eastern Conference games are on Saturday. So
that makes sense.
The only Sunday games, New Mexico, Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, it should be a good time.
Do we have anything else we wanted to go into? Closings?
Nah, I'm just gonna keep it positive this week. Go City, go. Did the Dodgers sweep yet?
Dodgers, is it done?
No. Oh wow, 5-4. Good game.
Okay. We'll be on there. Alan, what about you, mate?
No. I mean, I looking forward to the game on Saturday.
Jaime?
No, I don't think anything to add really. I do just want to say that after all of the positive feedback that I've received on this podcast episode, I'm planning to have more forays into the world of poetry. It's a long off season. I'll be exploring sonnets, free verse, elegies.
I'm sorry. You started with sonnets and then went to three verse.
Free verse.
Oh, free verse. Yeah. It's like, oh wow.
Yeah.
I have a content idea for post MASL matches. This is how you can break down matches in poetry. Jaime breaks the match down in poetry.
Exactly.
Jaime's going to do dramatic readings during the halftime of the women's games during the winter.
Gotta get him a bottle of
famous
Malbec if that's
passages
the
from Shakespeare.
Exactly. So just something for all the listeners to look forward to.
Oh shit, Alan, what about you, bud?
No, that's enough.
Alan's just done. Alan's ready for this game to be on now.
I'm
been
ready
a great
for
season so far.
Need to take a nap.
Kudos to Danny. Kudos to the lads. There's more to do. Everybody, 7 p.m. Saturday, TV 50 Southeast from Southeast Michigan, CBS Detroit's website, ESPN Plus.
Live at Keyworth.
Prepare. It might be chilly, so it's a corduroy Sherpa jacket day. Yeah. So for
a
all
scarf.
Of us, yeah. So for all of us here, for Alan, Dennis, Jaime, and Garrett here, thank y'all for checking out another episode of the Channel 451 Tunnel Talk. Ways you can find us on our YouTube at Channel 451. Hit that like and subscribe if you already haven't. We are on Twitter at 451DET, keeping that thing going on there. YouTube, email if you're old-fashioned, 451DET@gmail.com. Been getting some lately, so from on there. So keep up the good work on all of that. And yeah, we appreciate all those that have been checking everything out, and we look forward to seeing everybody this coming Saturday. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a fun. Tampa Bay Rowdies, come and fucking get it. Under the lights. Till next time, see y'all. City overall. Not even win, lose, or draw, because we're gonna win. So
let's go.
Peace.
Fucking go. Packers, you're getting fucked at Lambeau on Sunday. Go Lions.
Why can't he just leave it at City overall?
I don't know. It'll cut. Adam will choose production day.
City till I die, say hi to the bad guy. Pretty gritty in the key, you see our flag fly, chin check. Hashtag we came to sweep the leg. With all disrespect, LaRouche will bruise your head. 2012 the scene pop, we came to clean clocks. Your team is dream drop, we gave some mean knocks. Stomping on the count, yeah we chomping on the bit. Many came and went, but they ain't stopping none of it. Community built, community owned. Roasting foes coast to coast, leave your hope postponed. Spirit of Detroit, lemons the lemonade. Yemen and Bangladesh make a stronger braid. City in the city, within the city, with deep witty with the banter, cause I can't concrete. Now come and get it if you with it, we committed to go. Detroit versus everybody, you already know. Locked and loaded, always ready to bust. Pop and smoke, leave these jokers in dust. city of black excellence is a must to leave these crusty little clowns in a ring of rust. From southwest to Brightmoor, 5 points to Denby. Ain't no friendly, we leave our enemies empty.